Hello and welcome all. As always, welcome to the aftermarket analysis session. This is the aftermarket analysis session where we look at the Indian markets Nifty and Bank Nifty after they close to see where buyers were interested today, where sellers were interested, and basically try to read the footprint well. So if you are new, want to learn order flow, want to learn how to use GoCharting effectively, and want to learn how to read the footprint better, you can join this daily webinar. You will receive the link to this webinar on GoCharting's Discord and Telegram community before $5 p.m. Secondly, if you are using GoCharting at that particular time, there is a notification on the right side. Okay, if you click here, you will also find the link here. Click on the webinar, and here is the link for you. Okay. In any case, if you miss this webinar and cannot attend live, the recording of this webinar is available on every GoCharting YouTube channel. It becomes available from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. There are many YouTube channels. GoCharting has a separate YouTube channel for each language, so it is uploaded on every YouTube channel in that particular language. The links to all other GoCharting YouTube channels and communities are provided in the description. Okay? So, before trying to read the footprint properly, we go to the volume profile here to see where and how the interest of buyers and sellers was. Sorry, what was the confirmation from the volume profile? If I cut today's market, okay? If I cut today's market and apply the volume profile here, we had very simple confirmations from the volume profile. How? Like yesterday's market was sideways, you saw it, so this was its opposition zone. Okay, and exactly, the opposition zone of the previous session was also here. So we only marked these. Yesterday's opposition zone, and this is the value area low of the entire session. So somewhere it became a value area high. This became the value area low. And the value area high 30 was also yesterday's opposition zone. This is even more solid. Confirmation for us. In any case, if it breaks to the upside, then we had the opposition zone from the previous day, if it breaks this as well. Then we had the volume note from the previous day as confirmation. If it went below this, see, then we had the opposition zone from the previous session. How did we mark it? First, yesterday's opposition zone. Then we took confirmation from the volume profile of the entire week and marked these levels. Okay? Now, let's go to today's market and see how the footprint gave us confirmation and where. Before reading the footprint properly, you should know what delta is, because with the help of delta, we read the daily footprint here. Okay, you get a very simple method if you read the footprint. With the help of delta, it's a very good method. I will tell you what that method is. For example, we took the first candle, a quite large candle. Okay. What is the delta value of this candle? The value at the very top is the delta value. The delta value is around 242,000. If we remove this K, then add 2 more zeros. All right. Now look here. Whatever this value is, it's inside the green box and there's no negative sign. So it means this is a positive delta. What is delta? It indicates the difference between buyers and sellers. It's inside the green box and there's no negative sign. So it means this is a positive delta. A positive delta means it is equal to buyers. In the first candle, there are more buyers. As compared to sellers, how many more buyers there are? This delta value, Anticium, has told us. Now, how is this delta value calculated here? Taking a round off figure, on the footprint, we have buyers on the right side. On the left side, we have sellers. So for once, we add all the buyers on the right side. And to understand with a round off figure, Let's assume there are 342,000 total buyers. Okay. Then we add to the seller's side. Okay. And as soon as we total the sellers, assume here that the sellers come to only 1 lakh. So what difference is created here? 242,000. And who is more in this difference? Buyers are more. So that means we found this value inside the green box. Now let's look here. Look at this. This candle has a negative delta. What does negative delta mean? Sellers are equal to sellers. Now, how did this value of negative delta come about? Add the sellers and then add the buyers. This time there were more sellers. How many more were there? So many more. 74,000. Okay, so there are two types of delta, positive and negative. Positive means buyers, negative means the value of sellers. Now pick any candle, like I picked this candle. As soon as I look at the delta of this candle, I understand who is more in this candle. There are more buyers. If I want to see in this candle who is more powerful, by looking at the delta, I can tell for each candle who is more of a buyer in that candle. This is how delta helps us, and it helps a lot. Okay. Now, if I tell you that the first candle of Nifty always has a lot of volume every day, and you should always trade carefully with the volume of the first candle, and the market after 3 lots PM have a lot of random volume, and sometimes that volume doesn't work in that direction. Okay. So how will we read the footprint today? Like, we need to read the footprint of the first candle. Sorry. We looked at the delta. The delta told us here that there has been a lot of buying. Okay. Who are the major buyers in this candle? More buyers. So on the footprint, which side is the buyer side? Right side. All right, there are more buyers in this candle. The delta told us this, so we don't need to focus on the seller side. We only went to the buyer's side and marked the places where the most buying occurred. Like there's a significant delta. Then we jumped to the buyer's side, and where did the most buying activity happen? Look here, around 100,000 buying, around 57,000 buying, around 53,000 buying, and around 25,000. And where did the second most buying occur? Look at this. Buying at 59, buying at 39, and buying at 49. There was a purchase here as well, but there was only one purchase here. Particularly more buying here. If we add the buying here, it's nearly 1.5 lakh worth of buying, and here it's around 2 lakh worth of buying. And there was also a purchase of 72K here. So basically we have identified 3 buying zones. Let's mark all 3 zones. The first zone, the second zone. And here there has been only one buying. So instead of a single buying, the zone is more comfortable where multiple buyers have entered. Understand, right? If I am the only buyer, here and there are also DIIs and FIIs. Which one is more reliable? Where there has been more buying. Okay. This buying zone has been formed here for us. What will we do now? We will only pick those candles that have a heavy delta. Heavy delta means, like, look at this. 200,000, 100,000, 250,000, 74,000, 96,000. Okay. And look at these candles. Their delta is only 5,000, 4, only 5,000, 13,000, 3,000, 3, 11,000, only 13,000, only 250. The candles that have more buying and selling have more potential to clarify the market's direction because there has been a lot of buying and selling within them. The candles with heavy delta, and those with low delta do not have the potential to clarify the market's direction. So basically, we will only pick those candles that have a heavy delta, and we will mark the buying and selling zones of those candles here. Okay. So the first candle confirmed that multiple buying occurred in 3 places. Okay, out of which these 2 are stronger. Because multiple buyers entered multiple times here. And it also gave Another confirmation that yesterday's value area low. The market opened with a gap down, no problem. With buying, the value area low that we had marked was broken, and the price easily went up. Now, what happened in the next candle? Look at the delta. No, selling or buying activity just 1,000. See where there was a value of 2.5 lakh and where there is just 1,000. So a pause candle was formed slightly. Okay. Which held where the most buying had occurred and again gave an upside movement. Okay. In this upside movement, we observed two things. First, it broke this level. And second, we saw multiple buying activities. Now, if we look at the buying zones, in this candle, which ones are these? 84K, 66K, okay, but the amount of buying that happened in this candle is not as much as in this candle. So what is the better option? To follow where the largest buying occurred. There was also a significant amount of buying in this candle. Now look, there was a buying of 100,000 here and a buying of 100,000 here, plus a buying of 70,000. The second largest buying happened here. There was buying here as well, yep, but more buying happened at this place because more buying occurs in a smaller area. All the buying got distributed within just 4 footprints, and here look, it went multiple places. Okay. The buying started from here, and the price went up to here, and the buying from here got absorbed somewhere. So now this level has broken. So let's delete it. Okay, Ken. Now what new confirmation did the order flow give us? This is the zone where buyers attempted, but the buying got lightly absorbed. Okay. Now it came on the pullback, where for the first time it came on the pullback, which was our support zone. And when it came here, it came with selling. Look at the selling at 82. So this is not a good confirmation to go long because there will be selling activity above the support zone. In the next candle, we also saw solid selling activity. Look at the delta as well. We only read the order flow of 5 candles. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. And these candles have heavy delta. Okay. These 2 candles gave a confirmation. What confirmation did they give? That all the selling activity that happened was absorbed. How was it absorbed? Because these candles held above the selling zone here. Okay. This means that as soon as the selling zone was broken, it means that the selling in these candles was absorbed somewhere. Okay. And this buying zone was broken. Okay, which buying zone is left now? It came back here on the pullback. We got to see another selling. Look at this, 42p. But this selling was very little, not that much. The next candle held. Now there is no selling interest at all. Look, it came on a pullback one where heavy selling had occurred. Okay, and there was this pullback where selling happened only once, and it held for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, as soon as it started to give movement after holding with light buying, an upside movement was observed. It came up to the same point where the second largest buying occurred. Here, another confirmation was received. What confirmation? Heavy buying has occurred. Buying happened just above the level of 55, and in the next 2 candles, buying went back. It means that what is happening here is that the buyers attempted to break once, but all the buying was absorbed here. And who absorbed this buying? Limit sellers absorbed all of it. Within the next 2 candles, all the buying interest disappeared. And throughout the day, Nifty kept moving within these buying and selling zones. After this candle, there was no confirmation within any candle, nor did it touch any proper support or resistance zone, which was the main role. What was the heavy volume? In the candles today, the upside movement was held within the first candle. The buying was absorbed here. It came back to full back, gave movement to the upside. What happened here? Another buying absorption was observed and a downside movement was seen. During the pullback time, a pullback came once, but the sellers arrived. Again, it came to the pullback. Sellers came, but this candle confirmed that yes, whatever selling was here got absorbed, and the main confirmation held here for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. Initially, the aggressive buyers were quite good. Within the first 4 candles, this was the place where the light aggressive buyers were absorbed. Here, the limit buyers defended somewhere. They held the market, giving it an upside movement when the aggressive buyers entered. Here again, the buyers tried to break it, but look, they got absorbed, and a downward movement came back. From here to here, almost all the aggressive buyers were coming in, and the price was moving. Where the aggressive sellers were, the price was moving. But here we saw good absorption work. Okay, this was today's Nifty, and Bank Nifty was a bit different today. In Bank Nifty, heavy buying was also seen within the first candle. Within the first 2 to 3 candles, this was the buying zone of the first candle from the buying zones. This was the buying zone of the second candle. Now it came on the pullback of the first candle. There was a slight upward movement within this candle, but still, the price did not go up and could not hold here. It gave a good breakout. But after taking the breakout, it became completely sideways. Neither did aggressive sellers come in. There were some light aggressive sellers within the breakout candle. But still, those sellers were absorbed somewhere. The price did not come below that selling activity. Okay. After that, the entire Bank Nifty remained sideways. Buying attempts were made, but the buying zones could not hold here and gave a breakout. Selling occurred, but that selling was absorbed somewhere. After that, the entire Bank Nifty was sideways. This was today's Nifty and Bank Nifty. Now, whatever questions you have, please unmute yourself and ask your question.